So it has been almost 2 years since the world has changed and was never like before. Families, dreams, professions, careers, everything just got devastated.
We did too. Our first step as a YouTube channel, as a dreamers who were just chasing discomfort in their life. We began chasing our dreams during the pandemic itself. It's been a while. Much like everybody else who haven't given up fighting for their dreams and who are still fighting to survive and to live a normal livelihood. We are no different. We are still here to fight for our dreams, and we still are very, very excited to chase our dreams no matter what comes in between, because we are stubborn and we are the generation yes. So Rajesh, tell me, what are we doing here sitting like this?
After a long discussion, a podcast.
You call that a discussion?
I would fairly say that.
Oh god. Like, when was our last video uploaded?
I don't even remember too. It was like ages ago. And during the pandemic, it was very hard to get out in the public, get out in the society, interact with the people around us.
Yeah.
It was very difficult.
Pandemic itself created a huge, like a bubble for us. Yeah, which we don't know, like it was a comfort zone. It was all golden. We can, like, it was so difficult for us to go out of it. Like, even our first, like, not first video, even we did a video during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
But after that, things got even messier. And yeah.
We had to stick with podcast basically.
It's not like we had to stick with podcast. It was
the safest and like the most educational thing that everyone is going through nowadays. Podcast is something that we can share our knowledge, we can share your opinions, our opinions, and give a better idea for the future.
My major reason, like, for me to, like, you know, to sit here for a podcast is simple. I just want to make myself heard.
Nice.
Yeah, it's simpler because nothing can drive you apart from yourself and your mindset, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to make myself heard because things which are piling up in my head now, they need to, like, I have to vent it out. So I got people to listen, at least.
This may not get like at least hundreds of views, but we are happy from our side, right?
Because
we are expressing our thoughts that we always wanted to share.
That's the main motive now for us to talk. Because the major motive of creating a podcast like this is because we are speaking.
Yeah.
That's it.
And in our channel's podcast, there's going to be everything, including like seeking discomfort, getting out into the public.
Actually, seeking discomfort is like
first topic that we're going to start for today's podcast.
Yeah, we will get to that point, and yeah.
This is just the intro, so.
But like, we as a YouTube channel are actually inspired by a certain YouTube channel called Yes Theory. And if you are familiar with it, great. You're literally like subscribing a great channel.
Yeah.
Seriously, a great channel.
Like every child's, you know, wanna be a guy.
Those three, right?
Yeah.
So
they just make the dreams come true.
Yeah, if you're really subscribed to a Yes Theory, then you are literally having a great life. Please. Like,
and the channel will be down in the description as well.
Yeah, and if you are like subscribing to Yes Theory, then why not subscribe to us? Just saying. Acha. So, where were we? So, why are we sitting like this, Rajesh? Please explain, like, for those who don't know what podcast is.
So, podcast is just, like I said, sharing information that we know and also interact with you guys, not only on a particular point, but also like in various things around that are going around the world. It might be about the recent Ukraine war, Ukraine-Russia war. It might be about something traveling. It might be about the educational system. It might be about the society that we're living in, etc., etc.
Anything which we can talk about.
Yeah, anything.
Then why not?
Basically everything.
Yeah, we can literally talk about anything. So, yeah.
Podcast is just like a audio of education, I
Yeah.
would say.
Technically,
Instead of textbooks, we are getting audio, that's it.
and it's not like your teacher is explaining it. It's just that two random guys are literally talking about stuff which you may not agree upon, but we are expressing our thoughts and
Based upon our perspective, how
Yeah.
we see the world, you
Yeah.
might see it differently.
people got perspectives, so
Yeah.
respect theirs and we respect yours. Please mention in the comments if we mispronounce or misjudge anything, so literally anything. We are always welcome for your love and support. So yeah, since he explained what podcast is, generally speaking, Rajesh, people are literally like, I don't know what to call them, because even when we talk to our friends, right, they are like, what is podcast? Podcast
Yeah.
is literally like interview only, na?
Yeah. Basically, every damn question is like, what is the difference between podcast and interview? Let's just clear that out for people who don't know.
Yeah, it's not like there's a like major line, but they are different, because a podcast is something where you get to know the person, where you dive into that personality, dive into their minds, get to know them. Like you will get your questions answered, no doubt, but you will get your curiosities, everything will be answered, because you are having creating a wrapper between the person you're talking to.
Yeah,
It's
you-
not like an interview. Interview is just like you have certain questions based on public opinion and stuff, and you're getting answers to that, and you're done. You won't like anything which you are getting in touch personally, knowing each other, talking deep stuff. I think you get it right. So that's podcast.
Like basically, our question, it's our question itself and few of our friends.
Yeah.
Why did we always wanted to start a podcast or have an idea about it? We used to talk with our friends about like, bro, we just wanted to start a podcast, and they are like, why? There's no point. There's no one going to listen to you. But it's not about what people think of us, or we don't care about if you think bad about us, like that. It's just expressing our views into the public. It might be bad, it might be good. It depends upon the people that are taking it.
It's because we'll feel lighter.
Yeah, like the whole pressure inside the head, it just gets
Yeah.
a bit
Because
cooler.
nobody is having a proper life. I mean, everybody has their issues,
Yeah.
like problems and stuff. And we ourselves, like we got some, and we are like just venting it out, as I said before. So yeah, it's not even problems, our views, everything. So, but honestly, as a person to like, for us to grow as a person, as an individual and as a team, and mentally, any growth, we thought starting it with a podcast would be great, because like getting to this point, like where we are sitting here talking to you guys like this, it was a huge journey.
Yeah. You might think that it's easy, just place a mic in front of you, get the lighting, speak, and then upload, but we literally had to like think and plan about for 1 year, almost 1 year, and this is the day that it came true. Basically, we living in India, living in this area where our parents must be close to us, it's just different. It's hard to get over it. If you ask an Indian, they would know.
Yeah, because in our society, right, in this country, like family is supposed to be together.
Yeah.
And
Which is, I agree on that. Everyone agrees on that.
yeah, but
Who doesn't want to be in the family?
like
Getting,
we understand that family feelings and stuff, like responsibilities, love, care,
Yeah.
everything, they are the biggest things which you can get as a person since you're born. That's great.
yeah.
But
those are the things that
that
drag
can
us
drag
down.
you back also at some times, because if you are like with your parents and stuff, like not even like, I'm not specifying the parents, if you are like surrounded with care, love, yes, if you are loved, you are blessed. But if you are surrounded with comfort, you as a person will never grow.
Yeah.
Mentally or anything. I heard this quote somewhere where a billionaire says that, like he says, I have a Rolls Royce, my son will have a Ferrari, and my grandson will have a Porsche, and his grandson's son will get back to a cycle, and his grandson's grandson will be like a vehicle, like he will not have a vehicle.
Yeah.
Then after that the richness again grows, because difficult times create stronger men,
Yeah. Exactly.
and comfortable times will literally make you so stick to your like golden prison, which comfort zone is called a golden prison, because everything gold is like,
Too
anything,
royal.
yeah, like
You
not
just
even,
enjoy that.
yeah, anything which is gold tempts people.
Yeah.
But the
That
fact
is what destroys us.
the fact that it is a prison, I mean, you like, that is a major thing which you have to realize to grow personally, and
We just need to get out of that
comfort zone, anything.
comfort bubble.
Yeah, anything like
If you feel like you are working hard, if you think that, yeah, this is what I can do, just go for a bit next level.
yeah, just move your, like, push past your limits, that's
Yeah.
it. Because at some point while you're dying and you realize, okay, what have I done since now? Anything, like since schooling, after that intermediate, then degree, graduation,
Yeah.
then getting a job, marrying, having children, putting them again into the education system, watching them grow,
It's just a
their
circle.
10th, their intermediate, their graduation, then you're on your deathbed. Seriously.
When you look back at it, you just see the amount of experience that you have while you grow.
Experience, things you have experienced,
That you have explored, especially.
the life you have lived.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
makes you happier. Like, think, like, I myself, like if I like think about 50 to 60 years in the future, me, like, on the deathbed, I guess, like, thinking back to this moment, that we actually started like this,
We at least took a move of getting into this place.
and we are not going to give up.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like, in the future, me thinking about this moment, I would literally like cringe about this moment, because the way we are talking,
Yeah.
everything is just noob stuff, just a beginning stuff. So if you are like noticing something like eye contacts, body language, anything,
It's just a first time
please ignore it.
for everything.
Please ignore it.
But I promise that
We'll go.
me looking back into the future, I would say, I would just point out to myself, like, this is the worst kind of feeling that I used to have. I won't notice it right now, but when I'm older, that is the time that I'll be like,
You know what I'll say? Like, to my present self when I'm in the future. You know what? Fuck it. Just talk. Just talk. Just keep on talking, because you're nervous. I'm just nervous.
why? Why do we need to do this? Why do we need to explore? Why do we need to get out of the comfort zone? Why do we need to interact with the people around us? Why can't we just move on with our own life? That is what we have been taught in our schools, especially in India. I just want to focus everything about India and its educational system, but that is a whole another topic that I'm going to cover in next podcast.
We'll seriously rant about it for
Yeah.
a couple of hours.
Yes.
So
It's going to be a huge mess.
seriously,
People might bloody hate us.
why would
but-
they hate us? Everybody are like, that's a fact that our education system is trash.
Truth always hurts. So
Like,
it
nobody
doesn't
is hurt, because nobody will be hurt, because that's a fact. And
Yeah.
if they are like backing our education system, then
there's something
dude,
wrong with the people.
I don't know. Just like, you can dislike the video rather, but honestly, think about it. Yeah. So
If, like, many of you guys have already heard it, life is too short and the world is too small.
Yeah.
Which is, I clearly disagree. Because life, we have like, let's say we spent around 20 years in education.
20 years.
Yeah, since birth.
Acha, okay.
Since birth we can't go anywhere. We can't.
Yeah,
do
like
anything.
let's say
No,
from
let us take my age as 19 years, and especially after 2 years I'm going to complete my graduation.
so 20 years.
Let's
of
take around
education.
20 or 21.
20 years.
And I
of
have
education.
another, say, 50 or
50
60 years. 50 years. So that is a lot of time. And many people achieve their dreams when they were like, when they are in their 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
Many people.
Like
The
different generation.
let's say my college. Okay, I don't want to say about my college.
Acha, so what you're saying is कि people
This, like, time doesn't matter. If you want to achieve something, just you're gonna take a step, and then when you like reach your goal, when you look back at it, you're just gonna be proud of yourself. So just taking that one step
is important. Yeah.
just take that one step. It might be a hard one, but giving it all is just what gives the meaning of life.
Honestly.
It might be like, life is not meant to be like a straight path.
Yeah.
It always has a curves. It always has ups and downs.
Seriously, our first step,
Like me,
like remember when we started a YouTube career as a reaction channel.
yeah, bloody cringe.
Don't remember me anything about it. Don't remind me anything about it. Just don't imagine anything. We are talking it don't imagine anything.
No. Like basically for every person in this country, every child, every teenager, they always wanted to do a short film and then start a YouTube channel. And we couldn't make a short film.
We will eventually make.
We thought about it. We wrote a script, but we didn't have proper courage. So apart from that, we wanted to start a YouTube channel. We at least wanted to upload a video, and we did pretty much. We were basically good at it. I mean, uploading. We grew. We improved.
Whatever we are here, it might be it may not be 100. We are at least 5 or 6, but we are not 0. We grew from 0 to 6 at least. And as time passes, we will reach 100 at some point. Because consistency is key.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm not going to see it. For this month, the main goal is consistency for 1 week. So if this channel doesn't have a videos for, let's say, in 1 week, it doesn't have at least 3 to 4 videos, I think we're just going to quit.
I'm not going to quit though. We'll complete
we should never quit. I'm just giving it a challenge.
It's not no, you should not say that we are going to quit, okay? We have to say ki
we're just going to leave this everything podcast.
No, you have to think it through. That's it. Think what you're doing, because the fact when you're supposed to give up or when you're supposed to leave, you have to think about it. Ki, are you happy with what you're doing? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Then there's no reason to quit. Just that consistency only comes when you give time to it.
When you're mentally prepared for it, when you want it, when you look into the future.
Yeah, this our first podcast, it was so difficult for us to start. I mean, we have to think a lot. And even while coming, I just came to this room today only, from my home. I was so nervous while coming. You don't even believe, Rajesh. I was heavy inside my heart. I was what I'm supposed to speak. I was listening to Yes Siri podcast all day and stuff. I was so scared because this is our first step. And you said, ki we have to be habituated for this, for us to be consistent. This is our first step. If we successfully put 3 to 4 podcasts, we'll just close the door, switch on the lights, open the camera, start recording, and we'll just talk. That's it. Then consistency will automatically come because there's no efforts put. The efforts seem normal because we are loving it, talking. So that's
always, first step is the most hardest step. Seriously. It might be in anything.
It was so hard.
It might be about starting a book, reading a book, learning a new skill. It might be anything, but once you take that one step and you just keep on practicing it, it eventually becomes easier. It eventually becomes a part of your mind. You just want to do it mentally. You'll not be stressed, or you'll not be you'll not feel heavy while doing it.
Unless you love what you're doing, you'll not feel stress or anything, because this is not a corporate job or a software job. So even if you don't like this, if you don't like a software job and you're still doing it, expecting to be happier at some point, then I'm sorry, dude. Give up. Search, do something which you love. Seriously, ask yourself that. We grew because we got exposed to a lot of stuff. Hands down, we see lots of YouTube videos, lots of international content, lots of content which this youth, which we this current youth don't even know. We watch lots of content.
I proudly can say that I know much more than my friends, and they might disagree on that. Few
He's
points.
just bragging about it.
Like basically, I've been watching like international videos. Being an Indian,
Exposure.
watching international videos. I've been doing that since when I was like fifth or sixth.
Great.
So basically,
Yeah.
starting like a
Even
gaming channel, then
Yeah.
getting into a
Yeah.
not podcast.
he introduced me to Sidemen, KSI.
KSI, many great
No,
YouTubers.
KSI I knew before only, but yeah, he introduced a lot.
Sidemen.
He introduced me a lot. But the YouTube channel which changed our life, I introduced it. Okay.
Yes, they.
It was my like, what was that? A pyramid documentary, right?
Documentary. I don't know what it changed me, but
I just sent him a link. Dude, watch this. It is cool and stuff.
I recommend every one of you to watch this Yes Theory video. It's just like a giving, overall summary of that. It's just a couple of friends going on a hike towards a lost pyramid.
And there's a lot to that actually. It's not couple of friends also. A person who was
Basically.
denied for 20
There's
days.
like just if you keep on shouting, you just get the stories.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. But
When you
it's
just
not-
watch one video, you just wish to watch every single video. Like after that one video, I just scrolled to the bottom of the page. I just saw every single of the video, how they go from zero to till now, till the recent video that they uploaded.
Then thank me later. Like, yeah. So that's what we were exposed to a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
We made ourselves
being
exposed to
a
that.
teenager, and especially our parents don't know that we know about these things.
Like by appearances, right?
Yeah.
We are like nerds.
Yeah, we appear as nerds, but there's a lot of information.
Yeah, and
It may not be about like the things around us, but it's about something else. I just can't even explain about that.
We are also an introverts actually. The fact that we are speaking to us like nobody is there over there, just we are speaking to the fool. And we are speaking whatever is on our mind because we are nervous.
There's no script. We wrote like a bullet points, but we just left it completely. I don't know what I wrote. It's just
We are-
something.
like the script is right in front of us and we are not even touching one. Honestly, we are just speaking like this only.
This is the truth of podcast. Like whatever comes to your mind, just say it. You'll feel free. You'll get to know the other person. You'll get to know us.
I don't know, we like anybody is still there listening to us. Okay. So
I guess this is the conversation between us.
we both will listen to this podcast. Okay. Later on.
Yeah.
So what was I talking about? Yeah, we were exposed. We were exposed to a lot of stuff. Literally we were exposed to a lot of stuff, and we grew that way because we learned a lot about them, compared stuff. We dreamt to be like them.
Yeah.
That's how we got an idea of like thinking out of the box, because I was like see, being born in this country doesn't mean we'll watch Big Boss every weekends, right? I literally hate Big Boss. The fact that the thing of exposure we have is not limited to the Big Boss. We were like, something out.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids.
That one moment just changed. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know why. But that one moment just changed everything.
Yeah.
The way I looked at people, the way I look now at the people, it's totally different, and people can't understand my mindset.
Because
So we both grew up at the same time, watching the same videos. So we both are here still now.
Like, that's what exposure does to you.
Yeah.
That's what exposure does to you. You learn through it, right? We were like at least smart enough or wise enough, or I don't know, it might be just luck, but we were exposed to like inspirational stuff, good stuff,
Yeah.
like something we can learn to, right?
There was stuff that were completely unnecessary in the past, but eventually, I don't know how, we
We'll
just
grow.
covered it up. We just grew.
We'll just grow. That's it. We become thoughtful as we grow, because we know the value of whatever we are doing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what exposure does, as I said. And for you to get exposure, you have to get out there. hands down, get out there. Whatever you're doing right now, leave it, get out there, give yourself time, like give yourself some time, like think about it, what you want to do, right? That's it. That's all I can say, because exposure, you can only get exposure by giving, like, doing new stuff, listening to your brain, anything. That's what we are doing here right now. We are getting exposed to stuff which we talk about. We didn't even know like that existed in our brains, and what he's talking seems new to me. What I'm talking seems new to him. But rather we'll get habituated for this stuff, because this is our first one and we are talking shit. Please stay.
So I would say, like, people might be wondering why we should listen podcast, because me being in the past, being in their mindset, I used to think like, why listening podcast? I just can listen to music, it will just tune me up in my head. I used to think that, but eventually, while learning, luckily in my younger stage, I just thought about like being in your perspective, in your mind. You might be thinking that, why should I listen to you guys? I just have many more others. You can listen to them, you can listen to the music. But getting habituated to the listening of podcasts just increases the way you look at the society, increases your vision of how you look at the world.
Because you'll get different perspectives.
Yeah.
The more podcasts you watch, the more perspectives you look at, and you'll stop judging people.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing you'll learn. You'll stop judging people. You'll respect other perspectives also. You'll respect everybody's decisions. Most importantly, you learn, because it's not like we are doing podcasts and like there are many brilliant people who are doing podcasts, and we are not saying that you're supposed to only listen to us. Listen to theirs, listen to us also, because they
ours is like, we have watched them, we have watched many others that you guys haven't watched, so it's just combination of them all.
Yeah, because nobody is same, like nobody have a similar thought processes and talks, right? We, like the way we talk, the way I talk, the way this person talks, the way we talk, you can find it, like you can never find it anywhere, because we are different, right? We have a different perspective, and you watching here, like watching us like this, you respect like everybody's perspective, and you're learning through it, right? What we talk, what we have cool, like what we are going through, all this stuff. So like we are actually sorry, because we are just setting a stage for our upcoming podcast. We are just talking stuff.
It's just a beginning of everything. Like I said, first step is always a hard one, so it might be a bit cringy, it might be a bit ranting, it might be boring, but eventually there is information in this one. So I don't want to say that this is a waste of a podcast. This is definitely an information that I want everyone to listen, because our mindset, perspective is just from lots of other entrepreneurs or lots of other YouTubers, a lot of other actors. It's just a combination of everything. Like, for example, let us take you, the person who's watching. You have many of your thoughts in your head. You just want to represent it, but you don't know how. Just start getting into a podcast, or just start talking to yourself. That's the way how you can, mentally be cooler, I would say, because that is what I have been doing for like almost 3 to 4 years. So that is what helped me to come to this stage.
Yeah, talking to yourself.
Not like a popular stage, but mentally cool down, getting into like out of the comfort zone. Like I have my parents in my house just cooking me everything, sending me stuff to college, sending me stuff, sending me money, but I don't want any of that. As we grew older, we just want we don't wish to ask money to our parents. If you see in foreign, if you see in like every other country, if they're homeless, they're homeless. They just don't ask their parents about money. The parents won't give first of all. Here it's just like
because if you put your son, your kids in difficult situations, they'll actually grow and learn a lot, right? And that's what our Indian system is, something like that, which won't which won't let go, which is a great thing actually. That's a great tradition, but
it's just killing us.
Yeah, that's what.
We can't get to live on our own, especially teenagers of our age, I would say 20s, from
the liberty which we get is so less, because the only time when you receive a lot of liberty and lot of decision making is when you're graduated and you're supposed to look for a job. There is no other option. You have to look for a job, or else your dad and mom will
spank you.
That's it. That time you'll have so much liberty, but what are you going to think about? Job, where your family is completely forcing you on, or you'll think about whatever you like, or whatever frees you, right? You'll obviously think about job. Okay, job mil gaya. After job, marriage.
That's it. Marriage, then
after marrying, bro, I don't think you'll have any liberty after that. So see,
basically a child is for taking care of that.
Yeah. So the only point where you have to be
Enjoy
given
life.
liberty, or you have to take liberty if needed, as we did, so is when you after your teens, when you enter your 20s, that's when you have to take some liberty and do stuff which you love, do stuff which you are naturally adapt to. That is the major thing which a person should think, what he's supposed to do in life, because many people don't know what they're supposed to do in life. They just think about a job. What you have to think for a person to be successful is find something which you're naturally adapt to. Adapt to means you're naturally
good at.
You're naturally good at. Find something which you're naturally good at,
where your attention goes to.
Where your attention goes to, where you love doing that stuff, and try to generate income from it.
That's the first step where you feel you did something that you wish you did few years earlier, because after regretting can do nothing but just sorrows. So taking that step during your teenage years, especially at the age of 15 to 20, 15 to 18, that is when the you start to grow during that age, teen.
Because
if you don't like what you do, especially during the educational that we are forced to study,
question it.
Just question it. Question your parents. If you don't want to do it, just say
and
them.
We are not telling you to be thugs and rebels, okay?
Don't go against them.
I'm not asking you to go against them.
Don't hurt your parents, but as well.
Don't hurt your parents.
I mean,
that's also wrong.
No.
Okay.
I mean, mentally.
Okay.
Don't hurt your parents.
Okay.
Don't make them feel sad. Okay.
Oh.
Don't make them feel sad, but as well, don't crush your dreams.
That's
you need to make the line balanced,
and
I did.
Yeah, that school won't teach you.
Me, basically, I don't like what I'm doing right now, which is not podcast, which is engineering. When I go to the college, when I ask every single person that if you like engineering or not, at least 80% would say, fuck this shit. Who wants engineering? Everyone would go to their dream work. It might be photography, it might be videography, it might be editing, it might be everything apart from studying. Because this is something we are forced to. We are just stupid to follow this ritual in India.
I don't know about your class, but rather outside it's not 80%, it's about 98 to 99%. I think your class is a bit novel and stuff, but it's not they'd say fuck the shit, because they most of them, about 40 to 50% of them don't even know what they're supposed to do in their life. They didn't decide anything. That's why parents bambo kare to they'll do engineering. They don't have anything, and if you ask why are you doing engineering, that's it too.
There's no one in India that says that I do engineering because I want to. There's literally no one. There's literally no one apart from you're choked into your throat when you're very young. If your parents say that you must do engineering, especially if you see 3 Idiots film.
Oh, yeah, like that.
But I just want to get this Indian education system out of the way in the next podcast. But let's shift from this to this.
Let's go one step back. The fact that you said I love I'm doing this engineering because I love it. It sounds so weird, right?
Yeah.
Because I never heard
we never heard any one person say that.
I don't know, this education system is you will not be in if you're good at education system, I mean, if you're good at like you're scoring out of like complete score 10 on 10, I don't think you're fit to be independent. You are like much more adept and capable of being an
In the
employee
private circle.
as an employee, and you are not a person who is going to think out of the box. You are not a person who is going to be exploring, because you are already into that education system and you have grown as a person who will stick to a labor. That's it. You will not have anything to think creatively and stuff if you are good at studies, that is.
You just take the safest route as much as possible,
And
which is not good at all.
yeah.
Because we have one life, and living the most out of it. Just
And we are not saying you to like start a YouTube channel, do a
don't
podcast, and
don't make this
explore
YouTube
it.
channel. We're not encouraging you to do so.
Okay, let's just talk about jobs then. Like, you want to do job, right? Let's take it. I mean, we are not recommending anything to do job or do that, but we are just saying you want to do job, right? And let's say that like the past generation, where like if you want a job, you either need an experience, a lot of experience, or you need to have a degree or lots of marks. And right now the situation is like
You must have recommendation,
recommendations and stuff,
which is like a bloody hell going on.
I mean, mostly 80 to 90% of people will not like have any recommendations and stuff, and about 50 to 60% are poor, and you have to like score like complete 10 on 10 to get a proper job, and you need to be like more communicative and stuff, right? So these are the things which you need as a job for a job, right?
Skills are not getting valued in India, especially during the jobs. There are like people are getting judged and taken into jobs as per the marks. Like for example, if you take a loser, if you take like a poorly studying person who just got few extra marks in the final year, they are easily getting taken into the industry or company. Whereas a topper or a person who studies very much, who's like fond of getting into the job, they just can't get it into the.
But honestly, this will change. This will change a lot.
I hope this changes.
Because the next person who is going to be the employer means our generation. When we get to a stage when we take employees, what will you do? Do you look at the marks?
No.
What will you do? Exactly. That's the point. When we grow up, people will stop looking at your marks. I can like literally give you my word on that. People will stop looking at your marks, because those who are like hiring you, they also know what marks you have, like what marks have, like what they have as a value. Like they actually have so damn low value, because people like Gary V and stuff, they don't hire you based on your certificate, because you can complete your graduation whenever you're free. 4 years of free time. Even Elon Musk doesn't take any certifications. They just take a proof of you being intelligent and adapt to that nature. That's it. Things are changing. If you are still looking for an engineering like software job at your marks forcefully, then it's your wish.
Basically, every entrepreneur around the world doesn't look at the marks.
Because
They just look at the skill, they just look at their dedication, they just look at the work that they want to. It's like if you go to there are many entrepreneurship interviews or like group gathering, right? Where people ask questions. If a person goes there, he just says that I want a job. That entrepreneur is going to kick the shit out of him and just make him leave out of the building, because job is not the only thing that that people need to survive.
Job is a complete disaster for a person who wants to be an entrepreneur, because job and salary are drug.
Yeah.
If you work, like if you take a job and you get salary monthly, you'll get like your income every month, right? And every month you'll be paid. You have to go to the job early morning and get back the night.
You have to do the same work again and again and again.
And you'll be paid for that every month.
Get paid for that every month. It's just like taking drugs for every month.
It's just a drug, because you're like if you miss us, like if you like at least 500 rupees or 1000 rupees are deducted or are missing, then how, like what would you feel like? That's how drug is, right? Like imagine, like how can a person can, like if you have big dreams, how can you like run yourself or your family with a salary, right?
Basically, I just want to get this question out of my head. It just comes into the Indian education system, but since our childhood schooling till engineering or degree, the amount of fees that is going towards this thing. When we get a job,
Oh
how
my
much are we
God.
getting paid? When we get a job during like campus placements, how much are we getting paid? I would say an average studying student, I would say around 20,000, 30,000.
Okay, let's go with 30,000.
30.
Let's go with 30,000 and
During campus placements, that in the best college, I would say least and the average, I would say 30,000.
Yeah, and like let's imagine that they'll have a salary hike of about 3,000 max the next year they work. So first year he worked and he got about like 3.6 lakh per annum first year. Then after that 2,000 hike, so 2,000, 30,000 go like 5,000 hike they देंगे 35,000. Wherever it goes, it will stay at 4 lakh only per annum. he will never achieve anything big if that's the case, because you can, like, if you think that you will save money to like buy stuff, then that's the biggest thing you can lie to yourself. If you want to lie to yourself, then you have to save money and you say it to yourself that I'm going to buy rich stuff. Saving money will not make you rich. That's the biggest misconception everybody has, because money is printable. The value of money, the currency, everything changes, right? It's like you storing a gold, and the value of gold always increases and decreases, and what's the point of saving it when the value can increase or decrease? It's the same thing, because money is printable, and yeah, the fact that it won't be printed every day and stuff, but it is printable, right? The value can be changed. If you save, that's the dumbest thing you can do. That this is not taught us on like in our schools and stuff, because they say save money, you'll be rich.
First thing that our parents just want us to do is just get salary, work for money, which is not the best advice I would give to my children, or neither anyone. Because when you work for money, it's just like,
Simply put, if you work for money, anything which is related to money will affect you. Not related to whatever you're doing. Anything related to the money, it will affect you. If you don't work for your money, and if you work on your dreams, and money will automatically come. Just assuming that money will automatically come, and if you work for your dreams, anything apart from money will affect you. And something which is related to your work, which is affecting you, you'll correct it, you'll grow. What happens then? Money will obviously flow. That's what. If you don't work for your money, money will come. If you work for the money, then obviously anything which is related to money will affect you, and you will literally drop down. You won't go anywhere actually.
Every entrepreneur just says one thing, which is don't work for money, which is the first step.
Yeah, because
don't work just for money, because that is just waste of time, waste of your knowledge, waste of the skill set that you are developing. It's just waste. You just need, the first goal is just consistency. If you are doing this one thing, just do it for the second day, do it for the third day, and make that a goal for at least a month or two. Like our first goal is just to make consistent videos for this month, and then bit of mad people.
and we've stayed hungry at nights.
There were tough times,
Yeah.
but this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
Like I said, first step is always the
hardest.
hardest, and this is just like half of a step. I guess we just started.
Yeah, we just started, but everything matters, right?
Yeah.
We are not at zero right now. That's the fact, which we'll keep on going.
Yeah.
We are not at zero. We are
At
progressing.
something.
Yeah, we are progressing. Right. This might be our first podcast, but I don't think we are doing better than anybody else, I guess.
The first time, I have seen many YouTube videos, I have seen many podcasts, I've heard many podcasts, but they were just standing about their own personal stuff, I would say, rather than showing the knowledge. I won't say everyone, I won't say majority of the people, I just few podcasts that I have heard.
Yeah.
And our channel is if you look back at any time, it's just about portraying the world. That's it.
Yeah. And many, I don't know if many of you are watching this till now, but the reason why we named our channel Generation Yes, because it all started with the word influencer. What is an influencer for you? You just say, what is an influencer, Rajesh?
Influencer.
Apart from those who dance,
No,
who do
no.
TikToks. Those.
Influencer is just the person who is like a guide, who is like a mentor to us in order for, showing us his success path, which
Simply
majority of the
speaking-
people just don't do it.
Simply speaking, teaching the viewers,
teaching.
like
Showing us his path.
with entertainment being informative.
Yeah.
That's the influencer, right? Then the person who is influencing your daily stuff. That's influencer,
Yeah.
right?
Not like a teacher.
Yeah, right. That is the exact reason why we named our channel as Generation Yes. This generation, as Zakir Khan said, we are the generation of broken hearts and broken people, and spreading the slogan of seeking discomfort and following your hearts, do whatever you love, all this stuff. We want to be an influencer because it's not we want to turn everybody like us. We just want everybody to realize that there's a lot to your life rather than
Just sitting inside the home, just working for the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can explore.
and
And we were a bit late on our age. We should have started a bit more earlier. But like I said, regretting is just waste of years.
Yeah, anything is not too late to start.
Yeah.
So whenever you have the determination, the will to start, you have to start. And honestly, you will never regret whatever you are doing which you love. So that's what we want to influence this generation. Even if 100 people are watching this video, only one person at least
One person just thinks,
if you make
gets
him
that
think,
feeling,
yeah,
gets that feeling of changing,
then
or how his perspective changes.
then
It's
we are,
for his good.
yeah, then we are influencers then.
Yeah. At least for one person, we are an
But honestly,
influencer.
yeah, just we have to make a certain somebody think about whatever he's doing, question whatever he's doing, then our job is successful, right? That's what Generation Yes. This is in short
Basically.
Gen Y.
Yeah. And also people are just too afraid to say yes to the things that they fear the most.
That's
For example, let us say skydiving, bungee jumping,
it's not only those flashy stuff.
everything in the life.
Yeah, it's
It might be about your fears,
yeah,
things that you don't like.
in this country, Rajesh, how many times have you gone and watched a movie alone?
Basically everything that you fear of. Go to a restaurant, have a beautiful date with yourself,
Yeah,
pay
That's
the
what-
bill, just enjoy your lone liberty.
the blood pump you get when you do stuff like this, right? The blood pleasure, it's a pleasure, not pressure. The blood pleasure which you receive if you do new stuff alone, and when you get comfortable with yourself and your thoughts. It's not alone,
Yeah,
but
just If we say alone, it doesn't mean like go to Himalayas, do something like that. You interact with the people, make new friends while you're traveling.
Yeah.
But mostly try to be like a lone person, just enjoying your thing. Your
And
things.
never forget to be an open book.
Yeah.
Like open book in the sense, be easy to read and easy to make corrections in your life. That's it.
If you think that you're just going on to the wrong path, yes, try to be like, yeah, I'm just going into a wrong path. Just correct yourself.
Yeah, first accept that you're going, like doing something wrong, accept that to yourself, tell that to yourself, then make corrections.
Stop where you're going, just think for a second and just come back.
Yeah, that's it.
That is the one of the best feeling that you'll ever have when you realize your own mistake and just move on from it.
Because you will not commit it again if you realize, if you tell that to yourself. If people think, like if you are scared to accept it to yourself only, there is a certain feeling which is called ego, which develops inside you, and you will always feel so uncomfortable making mistakes. Rather, you have to be so comfortable making mistakes because you will grow while making mistakes. The more mistakes you commit, the more you grow. That's what. So learn to make mistakes. That's how you grow. And give yourself some time. Think about whatever you love.
Yeah, especially if you see in India, like for most of the teenagers, one of the bucket list is to get a bike and then go for a lone ride.
Long ride.
Alone ride to Ladakh.
Ladakh. Yeah.
Like that place. So why people want to go alone? And even in movies, there are like many movies showing like a hero just going out on a very long ride alone.
Like Dear Comrade.
Dear Comrade and
just
many
that
movies.
Going alone.
It's just like separates you from the society, separates all the tensions from your mind, brings a new version of yourself. So like in upcoming years, I and Chandu might be doing that alone ride, so just two of us going out for a very long ride.
Yeah, because you being alone, the first thing which hits you hard is the only thing is that there are no parents around you to spoon feed. Like you are supposed to arrange where you're going to sleep.
There's no safe bubble around you.
Yeah, you're supposed to arrange where you're going to sleep. You're supposed to arrange what you're going to eat. You're supposed to arrange everything which you're going to spend. Like if you're going on your bike, petrol, the engine oil, chain spray, all those stuff, like the luggage, everything you're supposed to like take responsible of, like be responsible
head
of.
to toe, everything is just your responsibility.
And you'll meet new people. You'll start bargaining if you have less money. Like imagine how you will grow, how well you will be interacting with people, how well you will be interacting with yourself, how well you will get to know about your situation, how well you will know like whatever, like you literally realize what you have to do, the problem solving and stuff. Like there's a lot of room to grow when you go alone and stuff. I mean, it's not alone, but when you do something uncomfortable, like anything which is apart from your comfortable zone, there's a lot of room to grow.
If you go with your friend, it's a good thing. You might have a lot of friends experience, but you can't interact with the society. Like you, even if it's one person, you both try to solve the problem. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing much of an interaction with the outer world. So if you go alone, you just interact with the person whom you don't know where they came from. You both try to solve the problem. So this circle just keeps expanding.
And you'll make friends.
That's
the
friends.
most important thing.
Yeah.
You have to do. Make friends. Seriously.
Learn about their stories.
Yeah.
They keep telling about your
stories. Seriously, stories are the most intriguing part about a certain journey, right?
Yeah.
Learning about people and their stories and how they used to be, what made them that way. That is the most intriguing part ever. Seriously. If you're still here listening to us, we seriously appreciate you, and yeah, we love you guys, seriously. And thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for listening to our stuff. Thanks for listening to whatever we like, even though we were divergent everywhere. Please, just cut us a slack because this is the first episode and this is the first time talking to a certain camera. No, it's not the first time to talking to a camera, but talking our heart out. So I'm so content with whatever I've talked.
Yeah, I'm happy with whatever I talked because everything that I talked was informative, and I wanted that to be informative.
Yeah, we are at least giving something through our videos, right?
Yeah.
We are at least being informative and stuff.
This like people may not watch it from start to the end, but it's just a satisfaction that we give out the best that we can.
Yeah.
So listening to it or not, it's just your decision.
But
But I promise that every single podcast that is going to be released in this channel is just going to be informative, packed with information,
exactly.
and just the facts and the truths that are being burdened or just are being
Yeah.
covered up.
Yeah, the fact that you are still here speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Just know that we love you guys again. Love you loads. But don't forget to subscribe though. Seriously. If you want to watch our faces again, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And comment down below whatever you feel like, you know, your opinions and stuff about us. And we express our opinions through our camera. You express your opinions through your comments. That's how we like learn about each other, right? Share it. Share this video if
If you feel this informative and if your friends need this kind of information, just share it.
seriously
Subscribe
share.
to our channel.
Yeah. And yeah, as you said, this is the generation yes, right? So
We are Generation Yes, and we are just gonna keep uploading. First, like I said, first 1 month of consistency is just gonna prove our next hard work.
yeah, this is a like temporary goal to
Yeah.
achieve consistency at some point, and after consistency, we'll like concentrate on our content, then the quality, then that's it. We'll just move forward after that.
Yeah, we have a bad quality of video, but
That's
starting stage.
Yeah, but that's just an excuse, right?
Yeah,
We cannot let those excuses stop us. That's why we
even though it's shit
Yeah.
video, but the information, if you just listen to the information podcast, is just listening. It's just not like about watching our faces, watching our reactions.
exactly.
It's just about listening. So even though it's like a shitty video clarity, just listen to our voices, just get to know the information that we talked about and we are going to talk about.
See. That's
So
it.
yeah,
And we are still going on, so yeah, let's cut this up here only. So yeah, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon, do everything.
then come back in the next video.
Seriously, yeah, we'll be uploading it soon. Thanks.
See you guys in the next podcast. Bye.